Hey everyone, welcome back to Indicted TV. I'm your host Negra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Before we start, we got to give a shout out to my sponsors, Royalty Honey. Keep it hard, guys. And also make sure you follow For His Glory for the best jewelry. Also, if you want to learn how to tattoo or you want to get a tattoo, make sure you follow Connectink. And lastly, make sure you guys go to the LA Kush on Sunset. Use promo code 40Negra at the LA Kush on Sunset location only. On today's episode, we have Cholo Juan.
What's cracking though?
Hi, welcome to Indicted TV.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you for taking the drive.
Oh my, praise the Lord.
Amen.
It was long.
It was long, right?
I didn't think it was going to be that long.
Especially right now, con el tráfico se hizo un poquito más, like a little longer, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So tell me. No, for sure. It's for a good cause, right? You want to say your story? You want to say your story?
Oh, yeah, mandatory.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for giving me a platform and ahead of time. Thank you guys for helping.
No, of course. This is what, we help each other, Yes. So tell me where you are from. I don't mean the gang. Like, tell me where you grew up. How was the inside of your house growing up? Mom, dad, sisters, whatever. Like, you don't have to say anybody's name or anything like that. But, how was it for you growing up? You know what I mean?
Growing up, I had, like, both parents,
Good.
And my parents' side of the family, they his uncle, he had two uncles that went to Vietnam. One of them got killed in Vietnam.
Oh.
The other one survived, and they're established they established themselves for a long time in Ojai. However, my father's father, he's from Aguascalientes, Mexico.
Oh, nice.
In his borderline over there, the ranchos are like in the cerros, like. One ranchito could be Zacatecas, the other one could be Aguascalientes.
I understand what you mean.
So I was like going back and forth to Mexico and like having a little bit of both. I didn't really know where I was from, But
yeah, but somewhere in Mexico. All I knew, because you estabas en Mexico y estabas en Aguascalientes, according to your brain.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I lived in Juarez.
Ah, so you're okay. That side of yeah.
I lived in Juarez. I lived in a few places, right?
Oh, at what age were these?
Oh, that was when I was like, it's too far to remember.
Oh, so you were small.
I was small,
okay.
But when I start remembering like exactly the location where I grew up, it'll be like I lived in the avenue, in Ventura Avenue, the projects.
Okay, and that's already like you're already como las.
I'm
how old are you?
First grade.
Oh, okay. That first grade is like 6-7 years old.
Más o menos.
Okay,
yeah.
And you've always lived there from then?
I lived there for a couple years, and I remember. Being like a little paisita kid. I'm still paisa. But
it's okay. We're all paisa.
I run with the homies, I run with the homies, but...
No, I mean, look, we're all paisitas. I'm a paisa.
I remember seeing a lot of gang activity right there.
Got it.
And I remember being scared of the cholos, like I would see them. They had a place called Westview. It's like a community center. And they would kick it there at night in the roofs. And I'll be scared to go home because I had to cross that little spot. And I'll go running, like,
Ay.
But,
being traumatized by the cholos?
A little bit, a little bit.
Not like that, I'm just clowning.
They have a solid hood, no disrespect to their hood, they were feeding me.
No, you were small. You were a baby.
But we ended up going to Mexico for a little bit.
At 7 years old.
And when I came back, we came back to a subsection called Nyland, which is a Rio Gang territory. Okay. In the city of Oxnard.
Okay.
And that's pretty much where I was like 10, and I was indoctrinated right away. There was a lot of gang activity right there. And I was fascinated with the lifestyle, despite the fact that my family was like straight Mexican from Mexico.
Yeah, no, it's
even right now, like I'm doing this in honor for other cholos from Mexico because they have a different style,
No.
Like, I was dressed like a homie cholo from here, but like the ones in Mexico, they'll paint their hair and like there's a whole different style, So
you know how to dance like that?
I don't know.
Oh, hell no, you gotta learn.
Even if I did, I wouldn't do it on camera.
Why? Yeah, I'm supposed to get down.
My parents were always like, they didn't really know because they never really had a gang member in the
Yeah,
family.
no.
You know?
Plus, I'm sure they were just hardworking, hardworking parents that came to the United States to want different, which is
Yes.
what all parents, all parents come to the United States to do more than what they can.
Yes.
To grow and get money and work hard for their families. So that's basically what your family was doing, and they didn't know. They were just like, oh my God, estas personas, like, probably, right?
Yeah, so around that time, right? I was like in fifth grade, and I was already kicking it with the little baby homies and thinking I'm claiming. I remember I seen a couple homies get shot up and shit, and it just. I was fascinated by the lifestyle. I'm not gonna say I like the homies getting shot because I ain't trying to get jumped when I go back to the hood, But
no, I'm sure they know what you're trying to say.
So my dad, he was a construction worker, 585. Shout out to the local 585, and he said, you know what, I'm just gonna move us out. So he moved us out.
Because he was already seeing your changes.
Yeah, well, I was already dressed like a little cholito, at fifth grade, Ben Davis shirts, Cortez shoes,
Had your hair bald?
My dad wouldn't let me.
That's right. Shout out to Pops.
Shout out to Pops. He tried his best.
That's right.
In the course of trying to move us out, right? I remember being in the car with him. With the real estate agent, and the real estate agent was like, the best houses are in the rivals neighborhood. So I was already like, no, Dad, you don't want to go over there. It's ugly over there. Like, I didn't want to go, right? So he ended up moving us to a park called the Hill Street area, right there in Oxnard. And I thought I was safe. And little did I know.
It was the worst enemies.
Little did I know that same hood, they're called Colonia Chiques. Shout out to Colonia Chiques.
Yeah, shout out to them.
All the actives, And,
facts.
When I got there, it was like, man, it was...
And you were G'd up, fool.
It was flooded. So my family told me, like, look, check this out. You're not going to get the house shot up. So you're going to have to stop what you're doing right now.
Hacer la onda, güey, te la vas a agarrar.
I'm not going to lie. I got scared, And I was like, man, fuck that. They're going to kill me,
Oh, scary ass. No, it is scary. I'm just clowning, but it is.
It broke my heart, but I kind of I stopped for a little bit.
You had to protect
And I was going to school with all of them, and I was learning, and they were trying to bring me
to them,
trying to reel me in, But I was always in my head,
your heart
was over
in
there.
the Rio.
So
right? What is it where you're
El Rio.
El Rio.
So then I went to junior high, right? And then they were deep. They were deep right there. In 7th grade, I was just like, man, I can't wait till I get bigger. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it on this fools, right? So as soon as 8th grade came, I just came out like, you know what?
Fuck you, fools.
I'm from El Rio, was cracking. And it was the worst mistake I could have done in my life. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Because these guys look like...
Because you were already in school with them for a whole year.
No, I was already in school.
Yeah, they were probably like, this fool all of a he wants to be all game banged out.
Yeah.
Kind of vibes.
But I've always told them that I lived over there.
Okay.
I've always told them, I know the homies over there.
This is where I came from.
That,
I moved. Blah, blah,
I just
blah.
was scared of their older brothers, and their cousins and uncles, because, no disrespect to them, but there was a lot of sets right there in that little area where a lot of us didn't have backup. We were little kids, and we didn't have older homies to go over there.
And the Rio.
All right there in Chiques, there's a gang of barrios, So they would call us the get-alongs because Colonia is pretty deep. So
got it.
They didn't get along with nobody in Chiques. So all the little kids would kick, all the hoods would kick it. And the halls will team up, and stuff like that, So I remember, just pretty much start cleaning. And then right away, start getting chased by their brothers, their uncles, and they had backup. It was a big ass barrio, So
and you're by yourself, and your hood's way farther.
I was recruiting little homies. One of them went to YA, and he caught the blues over there. You know what I'm saying?
Because your hood is not so big.
My hood is not big, but it's old.
Got it.
When you're in the territory, you're good. You're straight. It's all the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But once you step out, it's
oh shit!
Praise the Lord. Did somebody say, huh? So
oh shit!
So it started like that, and I remember, little things like they sent my little homeboy to the hospital, and then we're chasing fools with little crowbars. Nothing major, you know. I never done nothing crazy like that. You know?
God.
So, and if they accuse me of it, I still didn't do it. So shout out for the accusers, you know. But I ain't done nothing like that, you know. And then I grew up a little bit, and I just pretty much became the most hated, you know. I was the most hated.
Because you're pretty tall, eh?
Well, you know, I was kind of like doing like the Mayans. The Mayans were the last ones to get conquered, right? So the Mayans were like doing little hit and runs, and then they'll go hide, you know? So I was kind of doing that strategy, you know what I'm saying?
Did you think you were doing the Mayan moves back then, or are you just thinking about it like that now?
No, well, I mean, obviously, you know, I hit the system for being a gang member or whatnot.
So tell me about your first time that you hit. Tell me about the first time you got incarcerated as a teenager. You went to juvenile hall the first day?
As a teenager? Oh, it's hot in here, bro. As a teenager, I remember going to juvenile halls like at 15.
Okay. And what did you get in trouble for the first time?
The neighbors called the cops because I think I pulled out a knife on one of my siblings or something like that.
Oh, shit.
So they gave me a little bit of hall times, and they beat the hell out of me when I was in there, you know?
What?
The enemies.
Because you went in there all game banged out, or
I
what?
mean, you have to. Like,
Yes.
even if you didn't, I'm going to say it like this, even if I didn't,
You're just...
that's just the way that hood is.
Got
You know,
it. And what juvenile hall was it?
Clifton Taylor Center, right there in Ventura.
That's a mean name. What is it called again?
Clifton Taylor Center, something like that. Something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, you know, in the comments, you know. But anyways, I started getting a little bit older, so you know, I started like running it back. You know? I lost for like a couple years all fights. You know? But then
But you're down. You know what's dope about it? That you don't like faking no funk. Like you're just saying what it is, and you know, you were getting it in and you were getting beat up, but yeah, when you already got it in a gang of times, you were running it back.
Well, I had to, you know. It's like, damn, they did it to me, so I'm gonna do it to them, you know. And then I started getting so at that point, from that point till I was 18, right? I don't consider myself like a bad person yet, you know. So then I go to prison, right?
Okay, so let's run it back. So you were good. You didn't really get in trouble like that. Yeah, you went to juvenile hall for a few times and nothing major. You didn't do no major time in juvenile hall.
No.
Yeah. So you're 18 years old now.
Yes.
Is that when you went to prison?
I went to prison at 19.
Okay. So while you're 18, you're good. What did you go to prison? What led you to prison? Like, tell me the situation.
Well, it's not that I was good. It's just that I wasn't on probation.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
But I was packing, you know, because I mean that's just the lifestyle.
Yeah. So
you know?
what did you get arrested that led you to prison?
Firearms.
Ah.
Yeah. Like I got arrested one time without being on probation. They still searched the car, and it was illegal search and seizure. So they dropped that case, you know.
Okay.
And then I got arrested for a firearm, and it was stolen. So the stolen part made it a felony.
Of course.
The first one, you know, and the judge. They tried to give me like 200.
So you went to the county for the first time?
I went to the county for like a knife.
No, but for the gun.
The first time.
Okay.
So I had already been there a few times.
And how was the process for you for the first time? Because you'd never been there. And remember, like, every time you went to the juvenile hall, like, bro, you're, like, getting beat up. Well, like, what did you think?
Well, right there saw Raza, you know, so I mean, there was a bunch of older homies. Shout out to the rest in peace homie, Angel Villa. He gave me a lot of game and a lot of love and respect. You know?
Nice.
And
you're 18 years old.
I couldn't understand it. Yes, I was 18. I couldn't understand it, but now I do, you know?
Yes.
Now I know because
now you appreciated it.
Hell yeah. You know, I ended up growing up in the system with him being an older homie, you know?
Got it.
And aside from that, you know, I went to prison, right? And I feel like, okay, so they try to offer me like 270 days. And I said, you know what, I'm too green, I'm too fresh, you know, like I need to go educate myself over there and learn.
So you wanted to go to prison?
Yeah, I wanted to go to prison. Yeah, I denied, I rejected all the offers they gave me, and it was just like my first time, you know, like 270, stuff like that, you know.
Nothing major, but you wanted to go to prison.
I wanted to go to prison. So they sent me to prison.
How was your, like, when you are in the bus and you're going to prison and you're like chained to like your little chain partner or whatever, and you're like walking in, like, did you feel like a little bit afraid? Like, because you obviously said that you wanted to go to prison, like, or were you like, fuck yeah, I see what's gonna happen?
No, I kind of looked at it like, like a paisita homies. I said, I want to put it down. I want to be down for the barrio. I want the homies to like be like, that's the homie. I had older homies that were straight,
So it was more for you. It was like you wanted to kind of be accepted, kind of vibes.
Nah, not to be accepted. I want to put the barrio on the map.
Got it. You wanted to put it back on the map.
For the record, I didn't get into this for a popularity contest. You know what I'm saying? But
no, I understand. It's just I just want to make sure that I understand, that the people understand, that I know where you are, like, how you're explaining it. Okay, so you wanted to go put in some damn work.
I'm not going to say all that, but I wanted to go in there and put the barrio on the map. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, my first time getting there, I remember I went there with a few homies from my area, from the city and all that. And I remember going with one of my homeboys. So I remember entering Delta 5 in Wasco. And I remember him going to B side and me going to A side.
So you're alone now.
When they went in, it was him and a couple homies from Orange County. So when they went in, I started hearing like a bunch of barks, like, oh, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really know. And later on, I learned that it was some guys that live in Fresno. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And they cracked the doors and they got down with those three homies, And so I was like, oh, what's going to happen when I go in there?
Oh,
so
snap.
I go in there, my heart's thumping like,
no, see.
And then I go in there and they hit me up, the Bulldogs, and I tell them where I'm from. They start barking, you know what I'm saying? But nothing happened. And then I ended up getting transferred to Centinela.
Okay, so back to this is very intriguing for me. Because you're like the second or third person that says that. So when they hit you up and then they bark?
Well, I don't really want to get too much into that because I got respect for all raza.
No. Raza is raza. I just want to know, like, I've never been in a prison with... girls have never been in a prison with... There's people that watch...
From my experience, everybody's experience
Yes,
is
your experience.
Please don't crucify me over this, But from my experience, those guys, they had... in no disrespect to them.
No, shout out to everybody that watches.
The correctional officers were putting pink papers to identify them. They were all in the bottom tier. We were all on the top tier, and we had, I forgot what color we had. It's been a long time. It's been like 20 years.
Yeah.
18, whatever,
For sure.
So, long story short, they're like, hey, where you from? And I told them, I'm from Oxnard. And they're like, well, where's that? I told them, it's down south. I'm from Rio Chiques. And they started barking, So,
they bark. So they could know that they're Fresno Bulldog.
I didn't even know.
I didn't know either. I didn't know they barked. I mean, if they watch, shout out to you guys because you guys are supporters, right? But I just want to know because I want to know. Like, they hit you up and they bark. That's all.
Yeah, that's what they did. So I didn't know who it was. And I was all like, why are they barking at me? What'd I do? So, anyways, I entered the cell and, I mean... That I'm just going to keep it private, because the homie was ready. Like, I was like, what's going to happen?
Okay, yeah, that was down.
Fast forward, I go to Centinela. It was a little bit racial over there because there was a lot of riots with another race, and I ended up going home from there.
How long were you there for?
I was just there for a few months. They gave me 16 months, and all this happened within...
And you adjusting so you get into Centinela, was that completely different than when you went to Wasco? Because how long were you in Wasco for?
For a few months. So yeah, it was just like a different experience, yes, but to me it was lockdown over here, lockdown over there, lockdown over there.
Did you work out?
I don't like working out.
You're kidding.
I don't like working out.
Did you ever get in trouble for not working out?
No, because when I had to work out, I did. I don't go against.
No, of course. No, you cannot.
And then so
you say it.
After that, right? After that, I paroled, but my mentality was already like spiraled out of control. I already thought I was a or whatever. Did I use drugs in the streets? Yeah, in prison, luckily I've never used drugs in prison.
Oh, good, because you probably would have been destroyed.
They probably would have stabbed the shit out of me for not paying because I got money like that, you know what I'm saying?
Aww.
Yeah, no, it's all good, but I paroled.
But I probably would have been stabbed too,
Yeah, when I paroled, I remember my homeboy had shot the cops So my barrio got hot, you know?
Yeah.
He shot two cops.
When you first got out.
When I first got out, yeah. You know, so like right away they did a sweep and they started bringing us back in. But I was already with the mentality
super
to
down.
trip, you know? So now when I came back, they slipped and they put me in a little dorm right there in Wasco, right? I don't know how it is now, so please don't crucify me. But back then, 2006, it was the H dorms, you know? And I seen a homeboy that had, you know, and I apologize to the homie. I'm not even going to say his name.
No, don't say his name.
But I'll tell you why. I thought he had, in my mind, he had dropped a dime on my homeboy because he did it on a police report, you know? And so when
That's pretty much dropping dimes, no?
I'm not going to get into all that. But I took off on them, and they were going to beat my ass. And I'm not going to lie, I was scared so what? You know, I was real scared. I was tripping.
For sure.
You know, they were like, where's the paperwork? You know, like, it's just coming, you know? So luckily, the homeboy, you know.
You were like, I'm staying in, homie.
Shout out to the homie because he stayed solid, you know?
Nice.
And now that I know more, I wish I would have known what I know now then.
It happens. You live and you learn.
He acted like he was going to attack the COs, the correctional officers, and they took him to the oil, and pretty much that got the homies off my back.
Oh.
And I ended up, you know, when I was getting released, you know, I took off on the Bulldogs right there, you know, and then I remember diagnostics. I don't know if they have that where you went, diagnostics. I took off on another Bulldog right there. And I was just, to me...
You're just down.
No, I wasn't down. That was just normal. That was just the normal thing.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do while you're in there.
Well, that was just the normal thing to do.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's like the normal thing. Like, you have to do those kind of things if you have the... If even for them, like if they have, like, you know, it's just for
they were jumping fences too, like no,
like wait, what do you mean they had to jump fences?
No, those guys were jumping fences on us, like
they would jump to get to
jump the fence 20 deep and
oh, those fools are down, huh?
Well, raza, you know, but I don't want to get too much into
no, I'm just saying
I ain't trying to get in trouble. Straight up.
All I'm saying is those fools are down. Like I never heard that you could jump the fence and go to a different place. To jump to
in the yard.
That's pretty down. Those fools are down.
They did their thing.
Wow. So what'd you do?
So like I said, right, when I would come out for movement, to me it was like gangbanging. Because I was really into gangbanging. Once I got a little bigger, I was really into gangbanging.
It's a thing.
But I never did nothing major, you know. But like when I was in there, I would be like, where you vatos from? And because I already knew what buildings they were coming out of. And like, I've never got to catch one like right then and there because they would never say it, the ones I ran into. But the other ones I ran into, those fools, they said it and they beat my ass. You know what I mean? So,
I love it.
So, you know, I became a little bit of a institutionalized, I guess. If some people might want to say not or whatever, you know.
Yeah, it's your story. It's your story. You say how you wanted it, how you felt.
No, I'm just saying facts. You know,
yeah, of course.
It is, you know, how I feel and how I felt.
This is about you.
And before we go on with the interview, I want to say that I'm not here to glorify any hood.
That's right.
The lifestyle, because
we're just sharing your story.
Yes, and I want to say that for the youngsters, for the youth, like if you see this interview, I'm doing it that way you guys can see that what people go through. I'm not going to say I went through the most, but I almost lost my life a few times within this lifestyle. But if I were you, I would just go to school and make some money, you know, because right now I'm broke as a joke, my boy, you know what I'm saying? And all that prison stuff, like, it doesn't do nothing for you, you know? I'm nobody. I'm just a normal-ass homie, you know, but I was always in there every year.
How many years of your life did you do?
More than 10, that's for sure.
Just in and out.
Just this last time I did 5 and some change, you know?
How long have you been out?
I've been out since December 2017. And then, of course, I had a couple hiccups, you know, because I was doing music videos and stuff like that. So the cops were calling my parole and he was violating me. So something good that triggers me right now, that triggers my mind. From 2012 to 2024, I didn't catch no cases. I went square when I got out. I'm not gonna lie, I got a job. I was getting paid a low feria, you know? And then finally I got into the union, so that's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
But recently I broke some windows
You're
and I
pissed.
slashed some tires. And
Well, we're gonna get to that. We're still doing your time.
yeah, doing my time.
You're still doing your time. You're still doing your time because we're gonna get to where you're at when we're, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
as we get a little more. Because right now we're just on your sick.
Back at the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we're back at the Bulldogs,
With the Bulldogs?
and they beat you up.
They beat my ass a gang of times. I'm not gonna say I beat them up.
Yeah,
It is what it
Because
is.
the ones you hit up didn't say anything,
ones
but the
that-
ones that hit you up got you.
No, it's because look, those guys right there, like I don't mean to offend the homies, you know?
No.
Because I'm a homie, but like I remember being kicking it with a boy, Big Creature from Surtown Chiques, and I was trying to move him in my cell. You know, I was already like, we're the same age, but I was like, I came a little bit before him because he was a YA baby, so he did time in YA as an adult.
yeah.
And I was trying to move him in, and we're kicking it, and I tell him, Barrio, who's that over there? And he looks, he's like, I don't know, and I was like, I think that's one of those guys from Fresno. And then that guy came in. He came into the day room, and there's a bunch of homies, you know, so me and Creature, we run over there. We're like the third ones right there, you know.
Poor guy.
And that guy was just right there swinging, like just.
Down, fool, huh?
Shout out to Lalo from CVL. Yeah, you know, so. I mean,
And that's how your experience. What would you? What
I
would,
mean, there's a lot of stuff that you know.
you know, right now you kind of said that there was a few times that your life was almost. Was this in you being incarcerated?
I'm gonna say that because of this. I fought life. They were trying to give me 2 life sentences, but that was at the end of my road trip. You know?
Got it.
Yes.
We're still in the beginning,
We're still in the beginning.
and that's when you just got 16 months, right?
No. See, those 16 months ended once I told her parole from Centinela. All these times were like back and forth violations. Back then it was a year violation. You know, I don't know if you guys remember that, but it was like a year flat.
Always violations.
And then also I caught a couple new terms.
Okay.
You know, so-
While being incarcerated?
While on parole. There's a lot of newspaper clippings that I don't really want to put out there, but if you want to put them there, I'll tell you which ones they are. You know? And I came out on Univision.
What?
It was-
Wait, tell me about that.
Okay, so that's towards the end of my troublemaker days, you know?
So this is the case that you fought 2 life sentences
Yes.
for. Okay.
Yes.
So tell us, okay, so how many, you were in and out for a year, and you're just
I'm not
getting
gonna say a year every time, but like violations, you know?
6
I did-
months, 5 months, 4 months violations.
Whatever the violations were,
And it was just you going back, kicking it, and getting out.
yeah.
Well,
I mean, I did a 2-year violation because I was catching a lot of I was catching some in-house batteries or whatever. they
Like
wanna call
fighting.
them. Like I went to the hole for assault with a deadly weapon. That's what the lockup order said. Correctional officers, you guys can pull it up, whatever, you know. But
Yeah.
but that's what the report said, you know. So I was in the hole, and that's where I had to work out, and you know.
You're pissed
like,
'cause you had to work
A lot
out?
of the stuff that happens there, you know. Well, I'd rather just
Keep it to yourself.
just off camera. That way I don't get, you know.
No, for sure. I understand. Don't worry.
That way I don't get misguided. You understand, huh? Yeah, but
So tell me, from all your violations, because all these we're almost about to get to the part where you fight your
Yeah.
So with all your violations, did you always go back to the same prison to do your violations?
So I've been to Ironwood. So I started Centinela. I've been to Ironwood, 2007. That was A-Yard. I've been to I caught a bag to New Folsom level 4. That's the day the day before I had participated on attacking that one guy from Fresno where all the day room.
Yeah.
So they scratched me off the list for the 115, and I didn't end up going. So I paroled from Wasco, you know. And then after that, I went to I caught a new case for a gun, you know. And then I went to New Delano level 4.
How are these level 4s for you?
Well, to me, it's like a cell is a cell.
A cell is a cell.
Yeah, of course, there's a lot more. It's a lot more respect, you know. But to me, a homie is a homie, and
That's
like,
right.
Like to me, like when you're in the cell, everybody's laughing, everybody's just having fun, and like
Making the best out of it.
What I didn't see in the level 4 is people acting hard, you know. In all due respect, because there's some homies that might have went through different stuff, and maybe like you know, they had it worse than me or the people that were there, you know, but
Everybody's different.
Everybody was humble.
Which is great.
Like, I remember getting to New Delano and the homies were like, you don't have a TV? And I was like, nah. And they gave me a TV, and I was like, "Oh, that's sweet, man." You know,
that was very nice.
And I was like, "Is there any homies from Chiquis?" They're like, "You'll be lucky if there's somebody from the 805 in here."
Ah.
So I was like, "Oh, praise the Lord, what's going on in here?" You know. So I got out from there, caught another violation, went to High Desert, level 4, 180, C-Yard, C3 in 2010. Then I went home, I paroled, came back to A-Yard in High Desert. And then I caught another violation, went to Old Folsom.
Oh, shit, so you were just getting violated a gang, fool.
Well, I mean, you know, that's the lifestyle.
It is.
It's the lifestyle.
And these violations were for you, like, not being home, for you, like, not answering, not checking in, carrying guns, like...
Well, my mentality back then, you know, is like, first day out, I'm already in the hood.
Yes.
Chilling, posted with the homies.
Wait, did you have girlfriends rent you?
At first, yes. And then, like, as you get older, time progresses, like, it starts dying down. Mm-hmm. But at first, yeah, by the time I was already, like, 5 years in, 6 years in, like, everybody's married, everybody has kids.
Yes.
You know, and stuff like that.
Because you weren't even out for, like, what was the longest you were out?
For a good 10 years, the longest I was out was, I think, 58 days.
Oh, shit, yeah. So you were basically in the time.
Well, I mean, I was from the hood, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say, like, from the hood, but I was from the hood, you know? So, that's, like, to me, it was, like, always, like, since I'm paisita more, like, you know?
No, don't worry. Look, I'm from Drew Street. We're super paisa.
Yeah, so to me, it was always, like, not that I had to, but to me, it's like, I had to show my homeboys, you know, that we active too, that we active.
No, it's funny that you say that because... I'm from Avenues, right?
Yeah.
And my clique is Drew Street,
yeah.
La Drew, and they always say, "Oh, the paisa's from La Drew," and it's like,
yeah.
And it's what it is. Like, it's not like some of them were born in Mexico. Well, you know what I mean? Like, what does that even mean? But
it's all raza at the end of the day. That's just the way I perceived it.
No, I know what you're saying, but I'm a homies are a gang of the paisa ass fools, La Drew. Like, I can put it like, and then we just clown, but it's just, but they're homies. You know what I'm saying?
I met a very vast amount of sophisticated individuals from there. Mm-hmm. So I ain't trying to get my ass kicked.
We're dope. We're cool.
I ain't trying to get my ass kicked if I ever go back to the pen. Shout out to the Avenues.
Yes.
Straight up.
No, we're dope. We're cool, you know?
That's the boys. You know, I know a gang of them, but I ain't trying to like...
No, of course.
You know?
Of course. So tell me, from all those 10 years, because you were only out for 58 days throughout this, because, you know, like you said, that was like the longest time. Mm-hmm. What was the craziest thing you saw?
Where?
In whichever prison it was. Because you went to like 5 different ones.
The craziest thing I've ever saw is I was at a certain ad sig unit, and then some guy came in, and then another race that is very close or in a respectful level with our race. There was nobody there from that race, but they were on the van, so they told me, "Hey, do me a favor and check his lockup order." And when he shot me the lockup order, he was there for homicide in the hole, in like inside homicide, you know? I didn't see it, but like that was like probably the craziest thing.
Yeah, that is pretty, because for you to actually like...
Yeah, I'm trying to go home, you know? Yeah.
You're just trying, like, you witnessed what I said.
Yeah, it's like this time, right? Like I just slashed some tires, broke some windows, right? And they put me with other killers. They put me in red band with other killers.
But they put you that because of your criminal career, bro.
They should have put me white band so I could be over there like a trusty working, you know, passing trays. Why not? I'm only doing 90 days.
I know, but it's just, that's just what you just go based off your criminal record,
so
bro.
For 10 years, I was in the county slam down. There's the green band, which is pretty much segregated from everyone. And then they have some stuff called the dungeon. So it's kind of like underground. And that's the worst place.
And this is in Ventura County.
Ventura County. Worst place I've ever been to. The dungeon.
Tell me why.
I did 2 years, 4 months. It's just sensory deprivation right there. You can hear a pencil drop like 5 cells. Like the sections are like 2 cells. And then there'll be like 2 sections with 2 cells. And then another section with 4 cells. And you can't see outside, nothing, you know?
Right.
So I was stuck right there for 2 years, 4 months.
Wow. And you only go outside like once a week or something?
You go to back then you used to go to a yard like the roof. They call it the roof. like twice a week. Yeah,
For like an hour.
for like an hour and a half. I forgot.
Wow.
And then the Juras, they had it for me, you know, so I was like getting in trouble. Like over there, they're petty, you know, so I couldn't get commissary or visits for 13 months. And, you know,
Wow.
I was going through it.
For sure. I mean, it wouldn't be normal if you weren't going through it. Like, you are human. Like, whoever does that, and it's like, obviously, yeah, después de años, there's a lot of homies that did 10, 15 years in the, you know, like they were actually in the shoe or whatever for many, many years. Like, I'm sure after a while, like they got used to it. But I mean, do you really do you really get used to it? You know, like it's not okay.
You get used to it, all right.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I'm sure, like, you know, it takes a toll on you.
I remember catching whole time just to get out of the dungeon. They came, took my property at 12 at night, and they told me, well, you're in the hole already, so we're just going to take your property and we'll be back, you know, with it. And that was the hole, you know, that was pretty much the hole right there. And
that's your water too, if you like.
Yeah, thank you. So, smart water, guys. So, right there in the dungeon, you know, one of my older homeboys, you know, like, no disrespect to him, because I don't have no problem with him no more, you know, but he caught me getting crazy and my phone was tapped. When I got out from Folsom, I walked into a wiretap operation that I didn't know was going on. And
he let you walk into it.
Huh? What was that?
Like, you... he didn't know.
Well, I mean, I got out from prison. I didn't know what was going on, and they're already recording. And
yes.
I happened to walk right into it, you know. And my homeboy, at the end of the day, I feel like he saved my life, because if I would have stayed out longer, I wouldn't be here doing this beautiful interview right now with these beautiful people right here.
Yes, thank you.
Shout out to the guys in the background. Hey, but so my homeboy wanted to meet up with me, right? And he was just telling me to go to different places. He wasn't there.
Oh, shit.
Mind you, I'm strapped, on parole.
Are you on a sick one?
No.
Okay.
No, I was sober.
Oh, okay. So you didn't use drugs like that. You did just smoke weed?
At that moment it got serious, so I had to be like sober, you know? I remember when I was younger, I used to be on a sick
Okay,
one,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But long story short, with that, you know, the homie got crazy with me over the phone. The Judas heard everything. And with that being said and established, I tried to meet up with them. So they heard me go get a gun.
Oh,
so I get busted
shit.
for that strap, right? The Judas run me. They hit me with a car. Like, there was a bunch of them. I was like, what the hell?
You got hit actually with the car?
Yes.
Like,
The Jura, like, he got me off the vehicle. He was dressed in regular clothes, you know. So he gets me off the vehicle, and then he goes like, he puts my hand behind my head, and then he goes like 1, 2, and then when he was gonna grab my waist, that's where I had my strap, cause I had shorts from Folsom, like they don't have pockets.
you had shorts on?
Yeah, like my dress outs were like some shorts from.
So
some
you had
pro
your
clubs.
prison, the ones you got out in.
Pro clubs.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, so they didn't have pockets, so I had my strap right there.
Right here in the waist.
And when he tried to get me, I ran. I threw the strap. I'm guilty of it, you know? And when I tried to cross the street, a car hit me, and I thought it was a regular car. This vato comes from behind me. He takes me, beat me up.
Oh, shit.
So I'm lucky he didn't shoot me, because I had a gun.
Sure,
you
bro,
know?
for sure.
I had a gun. But this is the dilemma. I threw the gun way before they hit me with the car. So that's illegal, you know? But it is what it is. It is what it is. They're cops. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
it's what they do, for sure.
So after that, I'm in the county, and I was like, shout out to my baby's mom. I'm in love with her, and she gave me a beautiful kid named Awisot. And but at the moment, I didn't know her, so I was with this other guy, and I was kind of like, you know, I really liked her a lot. Not like I love my baby's mom though, but
No, for sure.
And I was going through it with her, right? So they hit me up, and they're like, they gave me like 90 days for the strap. A 90-day violation is a 180 with halftime. And 10 days before I go home, the detectives go to the dungeon, and they hit every cell with new charges. So I get hammed up for extortion, conspiracy to do this.
And you had no idea what was even happening.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on. I'll tell you why. So they hit me with conspiracy to what was it called? A transnational sales case. That's what they try to make it seem like. I didn't know nothing about that, you know?
I didn't know what the fuck that shit is.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is, right? So when I was out, one of my homeboys had introduced me to this dude, and this dude was like, look, there's some guys trying to rob me. If you help me out with that, I'll give you some money. I didn't think there was nothing wrong with it.
You needed the money anyways.
So I got the money from him, and once I got busted, somebody home invasion him, and it's on the paperwork, guys. So I'm not saying nothing that they don't know.
Yeah. You only gotta speak on things that
everything is on my paperwork. Everybody already got charged. I'm not even gonna say no names except for the. Well, I'm not even gonna say his name. You know,
it doesn't matter.
You know, but this guy had like $40,000 or something, and he got busted in Portland, Oregon, with that money. So he was running from the people that.
Whoever he was running from.
He got the money from, I don't know who it was.
Yeah.
And I don't care to find out, you know?
Yeah. But
at the moment, I didn't know none of that. So he was already an FBI informant. But he didn't tell him about me. So the multitask agency, they arrested him for some carga, and then he told them about me after they did the home invasion. Because remember, they had the phone's wiretapped. So they heard the homies like, yeah, we just run up in this was house. I had nothing to do with that. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
I got charged for all kinds of stuff, you know?
Was that like what you were fighting the two life sentences?
Well, all that is part of the indictment.
So you were in the feds?
No, it was state indictment. It was a criminal indictment by the district's attorney. They're the one that charged you, so it was state. A year later, the aftermath of whatever they said was going on, which I...
Because you said you were in the dungeon for 2 years.
Yeah, well, a year later after they charged me, right, they indicted another group of law-abiding citizens. They're all innocent. And they took them to the feds, you know? And the way that happened is there was 2 informants. One of them was for the sheriffs, and one of them was for the feds. The one from the feds I didn't really get along with, so I started strifing right away with him, and I didn't go to the feds. Based on that, it saved my life that I didn't like him and he didn't like me. You know?
So you guys didn't like to be around each other's presence?
Well, he came out of my paperwork and didn't get charged. So I was like, hold up. I ain't talking to you about nothing.
For sure.
You know? So he ended up being an informant, and they got all those other guys, you know? And I ended up fighting it for a couple years, you know? And that's how I came out on Univision.
Got it.
And a bunch of other stuff, you know? So I did 5 years. I ended up going to Calipatria. I started in Calipatria, level 4, A-yard.
How was that experience?
You know, it was feeding because the homie showed me a gang of love. Because on your 120 EG, it says everything that you're arrested for. Mm-hmm. And obviously, you know, they like when I took time and strikes, you know? And I don't regret it because it already happened. It changed my life.
Of course.
But, you know, when you get there and there's no smut on you, they love you.
Of course.
You know,
because it makes your time smoother. To an extent.
Yeah, no, of course. But right there, I met a Shady from Harpies. He was in my building. He's Conejo's brother. He would take me to go play basketball and stuff like that, you know. I did.
What did you do to pass time?
I would always listen to music. I love music, corridos, you know, stuff like that, you know. And then just do the time, you know, just go to yard. Of course, there's a bunch of stuff that happens at yard that we're not going to be able to talk about, you know?
Of course.
And you're engulfed in that lifestyle. You
have no choice.
You're already in there, so you forget about the streets.
Yeah.
Like, my main mission was always to, like, get a visit or maybe a picture, and I'll get visits, like, once a year, you know? And I'm already looking forward for a package and stuff like that. So my points dropped after, like, a year and some change, and I went out of state. I went to I was starting in La Palma, and then from La Palma I went to Mississippi.
To Yazoo?
From Mississippi, CCA.
Okay.
From Mississippi, I came back to La Palma, and I paroled from Centinela A-Yard, 2017, December.
Okay.
And when I got out, I went square.
Oh, well, good.
And for the record, there's
You used to do like YouTube channels, YouTube stuff, no?
I have a YouTube that I started years after being out,
Okay.
And it's called Cholo Juan.
Ah, okay, yeah.
And pretty much I made like Food's Gone Wild, and I was doing so good that a lot of people were showing me love, and it made me feel good as a human being, and like when I got arrested, like no disrespect to my homeboys, right? But since my case was so hot, they didn't really want to keep in touch, and I didn't really get that love,
From the people out here.
And nobody's gonna get that love. I'm not expecting that love, but I was kind of like, you know what? When I get out, if I get out, I'm just gonna do good, So when I got out, I just went square, and
So the 5 years you got, because you say you were fighting the 2 life sentences or whatever.
yes, extortion
So that's for the 5 years.
for that one informant dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yes, it's called The Wicked Hand and Diamond. I don't know if you guys want to check it out. I'll tell you where the links are at for the newspapers. That way they could check it out on themselves. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm pretty sure it's just like reading a book. It's
I
like reading a book,
understand. So you did your whole 5 years. Did you ever get a visit?
Yeah, I got a few visits.
Okay.
I got a few visits.
Did you have any pen pals?
At that time, like, no.
At all?
I think I had like one, and she fell off when I was in prison. But I was like so entrenched with what was going on in prison that I didn't even care no more.
I understand.
I got all that love when I got out.
And tell me about your favorite spread.
My favorite spread? I just like food in general.
It doesn't matter.
Shoot me a soap and I'm good. Plus, I've always went to store.
Oh,
I've
nice.
always had a strong support system.
Oh, good.
So I didn't have a lot of money, but I had enough
To survive.
for me and my Sally.
Oh,
To eat
good.
a sopa every day.
Oh, nice. Okay, because earlier when you said, like, I'm glad you didn't use drugs, I probably, I was like, oh, shit, maybe he didn't have any support. But so you did have support.
To be honest, I never even seen drugs in prison.
Oh,
I
shit.
never have. I don't know if there is. I never have.
Oh, wow. You're the first person that ever said that.
Praise the Lord, I ain't never seen no dope in prison. I attest to that right now.
I love that.
So then you went to the feds.
I went to the CDCR. My CDCR
No,
numbers.
he didn't go to the feds.
My CDC number is F04305. My first one. My second one is AV5606. California Department of Corrections. I don't know what it is, but when I was there, I didn't see no illegal activities going on.
Oh, good.
Except for,
Your face. Okay, so you did your 5 years. How was it for you? Because when you went straight, when you got out. Let's go. What was the point of you being in there when you said, hey, you know what? I don't want to come back. Or did you say that once you were already out?
Well, I didn't think I was going to get out. So,
With the 5 years?
Well, I was facing 2 life sentences, my girl, plus 45 on top of that.
Yes, but you got sentenced. What did you actually
Once I got sentenced, I had 2 strikes. So I didn't think I was going to go home. To a level 4 with 2 strikes. And
who knows what could have happened over there?
Pick up everything, I'm glad I got out, And I didn't think I was going to go home. So when I went home, I just said, you know what? It's not that serious, my boy. Somebody else could be the downest homie in the hood.
And you were already how old when this happened?
32.
Oh, estaba más para allá que para acá, güey.
But I feel like...
It's hard.
And I don't mean to let the homies down, but I feel like it's a waste of time.
No, I don't think you're letting them down. I feel like you already did your time, and it's you. Yeah, you already did what you had to do on your time, and it's time for you
if I go to jail, I still fight. I still run with who I run with.
Of course.
Just last week, I was with all the killers right there in Red Band, active, and it is what it is. I'm not a Cristiano, I'm none of that,
Yeah.
But,
you believe in God.
But I don't talk about God like that, When I say praise the Lord, when we were in the dungeon for 2 years, there was this missionary guy that would
Oh, hell no. So you over here uses God's name in vain?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. He would go and preach the word to us. And he would always say, he was like an OG homie, you know, and he would always be like, praise the Lord, brother. He would go like all over the world, and I thought that was pretty fun, you know.
But, I mean,
it's just that I'm not religious like that, but if I was, I'm Catholic. So I would never, you know, switch.
Well, Catholic is you still pray to God.
Well, Catholics are with the business, you know. Catholics are crazy, you know.
The Catholics son los brujos, güey.
I believe in all that. All that. Mind you, I lived in Mexico before, you know, so I've seen stuff that, you know, is probably out of the normal.
No, I believe you. I understand. So when you decided to be like, you know what, that's it. Yeah, I'm going to get myself together. I don't want to go back. That's it. I'm thankful that I didn't get live. Now let's focus on Juan.
Yeah, I'm getting nervous when I talk about this. But yes, I did, right? And I started like, I never really lived a comfortable life once I got into the barrio, right? Which was at a very young age. And when I got out, I started working and I started going places to eat, to all the nice places.
You started doing normal.
I'll spend my check, you know? And eventually, you know, with that came females and stuff like that. And I don't drink. I never drank, so I would like go to Barnes & Noble with his hyenas and stuff like that, you know, and
un cafecito.
Un cafecito, you know. Even in jail, I don't like to drink coffee like that, you know. But after that, after a few years of working, you know, I lost everything after COVID. And then I went back to the barrio.
Well, because you lost your job? Because of COVID?
I lost everything I had. I had a little studio I was running for 2 years.
Aww.
And when I got out, my homies packed me out. You know, they jumped me because that same guy that that I got arrested for trying to meet up with him. I wasn't gonna shoot him, you know, but for trying to meet up with him, I moved into like 5 houses down from the dude in the same street in the hood, right? I didn't know. I just got up from doing 5. I don't know. And I see him, we run it. Then he comes back with his brother, rest in peace. And you know, statute of limitations for a battery has elapsed. So, yeah, they jump me, you know, And I got down with them, so the Juras come, and they pull out the cuete on me instead of them. And I'm like, what the hell's going on right here, you know? But, so.
And you're on parole.
Yeah, I'm on parole. I'm on GPS. So they arrest me for that, and then I do a few more violations for music videos, stuff like that, you know? So I had a lot of rooms. Every time I get arrested, like, there goes another room.
You're like your little apartment, like one room that you...
One room. Not an apartment, but then I got a studio, which is like a little garage or something like that. And I got comfortable living right there for like 2 years, and I was doing real good. I even, you know, got my baby's mom, and I would just kick it with her. I forgot about everything. And then when I lost it, I try to maintain the positive energy in mind, and I just couldn't. And then at the time, you know, maybe people were like, oh, that fool's watered down. That fool's not what it... And I went back and started...
What people always say and do on the internet, no matter what.
To me, it kind of mattered at the time, so I went back and started running a little bit of fades. You know? A little bit of fades. I got stabbed. And at the end of the day, I ended up staying there, you know? I ended up staying there. Everything's good now, you know? And I don't have no problem with nobody. Anybody that's watching this, I don't have no problem with nobody. I'm
like, fool, you've been in prison your whole freaking life.
But whoever thinks I have a problem with them, we're going to start fresh today. You know what I'm saying?
When you watch this.
Unless they come at me. I'm all about my son now, you know?
That's right.
I named my son after my neighborhood.
You're a family man now.
Not like that, you know? But
there's nothing wrong with that, though. Like, what? ¿Cómo te vas a hacer un cuarentón allá ridículo en la calle thinking you're getting banged out? That's not okay either. Like, it's not, like, that, leave that for the teenagers, 25 and younger. You're either 25 and older. It's time for you to get your life together. If not, what are you going to do?
Yeah. No, well, of course, right? So, when I was being positive still, I did like, I did a lot of give backs for the neighborhood, like a lot of giveaways, you know, like giving back my time and stuff like that, telling people, you know, don't join gangs, stuff like that, you know.
And if you are, do the shit the right way. Don't be dumb.
These guys from Tree Factory, shout out to Tree Factory, and they financed the first toy drive in my neighborhood ever.
Nice.
That was the first toy drive ever, and I was pretty much the one that floated the idea to them, and I did that one, and then, you know, I like give tamales to the field workers, and I'm always trying to like, if there's anybody that could do like a anti-gang, anti-recidivism, or whatever, if there's somebody with a position that could place us there, I'm all for it. You know?
Yeah.
But if not, then don't trip. It'll happen one day.
Yeah.
With or without me.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I feel, you just got to focus on you and your family and what's going to make you better and it's going to keep you out because you're a striker.
Yes, I'm a striker.
Right?
Yes.
So you got to stay on your toes, fool.
Well, the laws have changed, but yes.
You don't want to leave your baby anymore.
Huh?
You don't want to leave your son.
Oh, I did. It's 3 months.
Okay, so this was just like, what happened? What the hell? What triggered you?
I'm not going to say much. Allegedly, this could have happened. Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe it was a figment of my imagination. Somebody pulled out a big-ass fierro on me, and I felt disrespected, and I broke some windows.
And you don't even drink or any drunk? You don't drink or smoke or anything?
You know, when I'm running amok, I do meth. When I started going back to the hood and all, I was smoking long meth. Straight up. Yeah. But I'm the type to stay sober for a long. I stay sober 10 years. You know, and like right now I'm sober, but I'm on coffee.
The way you say it.
Well,
that's good though.
Yeah, well, like I said, you know, so I got into the union and I was working with this one company up north. Stockton, Vallejo, Truckee, like all over. And they were paying me $39 an hour. You know?
Yes.
So right now I'm trying to get back in, but it's hard.
You will. God willing. I
hard.
always say Diosito primero, you know?
It's hard.
And it's hard. But if you stay focused, honestly, let's just be like, if you stay focused and stay in the right path, it's going to come to you because that's what you want. You bring positivity, and yes, it gets hard.
Yes.
Every day is hard. Every day. Like, life ain't easy. Whoever said life is easy, I don't know what the heck life they live in.
It's easy for some people that, you know, got certain skills.
Yeah, but even if you have certain skills, you have to still work hard, bro.
Yes.
Like, it's not easy.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing is easy. Only for, like, the old money people. Que los nietos. Then those fools are all messed up because they don't know what to do with their lives because their parents are not there for them.
Well, I mean...
You get what I mean, though.
If you have money, it's easy to make money. You know? If you have money. If you don't have money, then it's pretty hard to, make some money.
Yeah,
But
I guess.
I went the legal way, you know? I started doing everything the legal way.
That's the best way.
And...
so you don't get caught up. It's harder, but it's better.
So this time I was in the county jail, right? I was the first... I would say, like, I was the first homie doing YouTube, the way I do YouTube, like in that category, to go mainline. You know, I'm the first one ever. I'm the first one ever to walk a mainline, you know? And I was right there with all the killers, and they knew I was doing YouTube, you know? And I'm not going to lie. One of them did say something, you know?
Well, what kind of YouTube shit do you do?
Well, I just people, like, they're stuck in the past where they don't want nothing on camera.
Got it.
You know? And my county happens to be one of those counties where the homies were tripping at first. You know, but once I got there, like, they grew up, like, I used to do music, like straight gangbanging music. You know, so a lot of them were little homies that grew up listening to my stuff.
Nice.
And they're all busted for murder right there. You know, just in my section.
I mean, that's not nice, but, you know.
Just in my section, there was like 5, 6 homies with the murder case, you know, and I was all surrounded by those guys, you know. There's a bunch of other homies facing a bunch of time too, you know, and I didn't know what was gonna happen, you know, but I still walked the line. They welcomed me, and it was a good experience, you know, because it got my mind right. Because I don't wanna.
Because you were probably thinking like, oh fuck, these fools are gonna try to get me because I'm a YouTuber.
Well,
then they did it, and it was kind of love a little bit, but not really. But you overcame that, and you're like, okay, it's not that serious.
The way I look at it is like, I always try to attack first. You know, if my life is endangered, like, you know, I'll grab whatever and defend myself. But, you know, I don't like to go out of my way to hurt somebody.
Of course.
But if I know they're gonna hurt me, then That's my mentality, you know?
Got it.
Like, there's certain things that you learn in prison that never go away.
Yeah.
And no matter how good you're doing, you know, if my life is threatened, of course, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. That's with everything, I believe.
I mean, I got stabbed and I didn't run, you know?
Wait, so you got stabbed?
Yeah,
Okay, no, fool, you brought the shit up, so you're going to talk about it. Why'd you get stabbed, first of all?
There's no police report, so I'm not going to say much.
Got it.
You know? Yeah, I didn't say nothing. There's no police report, you know? But I got stabbed and I didn't see who did it, but whoever did it ran. And I stayed there, you know?
And you were good.
What do you mean? I went to the hospital, got a gang of stitches. What do you mean I was good? You know what I'm saying?
But overall, you were good there. Like nothing else happened to you.
Well, I mean, if that guy would have stayed, something would have happened to him. Not me.
Yes, but I mean, what I'm saying is like, you were good. You didn't have to leave the yard or anything.
No, this is in the streets.
Oh, fuck!
No, nothing ever happened to me in the yard. Ever,
Okay.
whatsoever.
Okay, good.
I got disciplined like verbally and
But I'm sure a lot of kids do.
Never physically. You know, I did a couple burpees here and there, you know, when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, for going against the, you know.
Yeah, kid shit. I get it.
But nothing ever happened to me. I don't have no stab wounds from in there.
Oh, good. Yes.
You can look up my CDC numbers and check it out.
Yeah.
You know, I try to keep it as real as I can
That's right.
without saying
Too much
stuff that is gonna get me
Yeah, no, for sure.
blasted off the yard if I do go back.
No, I understand.
'cause-
I wouldn't want you to do that. Plus, I wouldn't want you to endanger me. Forget you, fool. Me.
On hood. Did somebody say on hood? True, that's true.
You know? Yeah, of course. Because you're funny.
Funny looking. My hand always tells me that you're funny looking.
No, but like your personality is pretty funny. Like the homies didn't tell you, like, hey, fool, you're funny way.
They do. They tell me, oh, you're funny, fool, you know?
Like, hey, you're fucking burnt out.
I learned that. They don't tell me I'm burnt out.
I don't mean it in a negative manner, though. I mean it like in a funny.
I don't know any other way to take it.
No, burnt out to me is like you're just anyway. You're burnt out. You know, I'm burnt out. I'm pretty funny.
Eyekon is burnt out. Somebody say, huh?
Is that like you're saying right there? Somebody say, huh?
I say it a lot, yeah.
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 All right.
You know?
So you're out. You're okay. You're surviving. You're trying to get into your union job again.
Right now, yes.
Yes. And that's where we're at.
That's where we are at right now.
Okay.
Yes, I'm doing the YouTube stuff, but I lost the microphones that I had. They're not working no more, so...
But you still have your YouTube channel.
Yeah, my YouTube channel is at 18,000 right now.
Okay, so it's already monetized.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get it going.
Hopefully after this, you know, I get more subscribers.
That's right. That's the goal.
That's the goal. That's the objective.
Yes.
Yes. And this part, you could cut it out if it's not safe to say, right?
What?
Well, I'm going to say it. Can I say it?
Go.
Because I got this funny story, right?
Go say it.
So I met this older gentleman in prison, right? Uh-huh. When I'm in the oil right there in Wasco, 2007, Delta 6. Right?
That number,
One of my boys from Orange County, he had moved me to the validated section.
Okay.
Right? And he had put me next to him. Huh?
To the older man.
No. This young man had put me next to him.
Oh.
Him, right? Mm-hmm. And then this older gentleman just gets there, you know, because he was validated, so he gets there. And I go introduce myself like a dumbass, you know, like, hey, what's going on, you know?
In a funny way?
No,
or like a super, like in a super feedback way?
No, just as a homie, you know, like, hey, what's going on here? My name's Maniac from El Rio Chiques, mucho gusto, beta. My Sally is Moreno from Morfas.
Okay,
you know?
and he didn't say, hey, I'm not your big dog. Don't call me big dog.
No, he was humble. He
Oh,
was
nice.
Humble. and he told me his name. I might have heard of his name or might have not. And my heart starts pounding. I'm like, oh, you know, so I don't say nothing, right? So I'm telling my
You're silly.
I'm telling my Sally, you go talk to him, fool. And he's like, I ain't seen you go talk to him. You already talked. So I was like, damn, dog, you know. But it was a cool experience
To get to know a person like that?
Affirmative.
Because it's like, damn, you don't ever come.
I'm just saying a gentleman. I'm not saying it was a person like that. You know, I'm just saying
just an older, respectful.
Homie that had a lot of more knowledge than we did.
Of course, no, that's what I mean. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
For sure.
Did you have more interaction with him, or you were just too scared?
He
You're
just
too scared.
let us do whatever. Like, he let us be us without crossing the line.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, we're not going to cross the line as youngsters.
Yeah.
But there's an older homie right there, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember going to Yara with them. And
Was he nice?
yeah, he was cool. He was cool, you know?
They're human.
Yeah, mandatory, you know? But, yeah.
What was the best? Let's just say, what was the best memory that you have? Not just from him.
With him?
Not just with him.
I'll tell you with him the best memory I have,
go.
right? This guy tells me, that we're watching the TV right there. I have the best cell right there. I'm in cell 206, right? And we're watching the TV right there, and he tells me, hey, there's a baseball game going on. He said he likes the Dodgers, and he said, you're going to get the Cubs. So we're going to bet cookies, right? So he lost. He lost.
Oh, shit.
So now I'm all like, I'm sweating, and I'm like telling myself, like, what do I do, perrillo? What do I
Like,
do,
oh
my
shit!
boy, you know?
I don't want to ask this for the cookies.
So I told him, hey, look, you know, please don't give me no cookies, you know? And he said,
Scary ass food.
Hell yeah. All good. All good. You know? And he said, like, no, none of that, you know? Just because I'm older or whatever.
Oh, that was very nice.
You know, here's your cookies. Here's some extra bread. And I'll have you some commissary later on so you guys could have, because I know you guys like to eat a lot. That's what he told me, you know? And I was humbled. I was like, damn, I didn't even know I was watching my back in the yard. And I was like, oh, it's going to happen,
Oh, that's hilarious.
So that was one of my best experiences that I had in prison, you know?
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's
nothing wrong with
cute.
that. Nothing illegal about that.
That's super cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Very cute.
Obviously we can't say it's very cute in there.
In prison?
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, it was.
Like, you'd be like,
fun.
oh, that's cute, wait.
Well, when I was there, I thought it was fun. I thought, you know, I loved it for the first 10 years.
No, but now if you were to go back, it would be horrible, eh?
I mean, now if I go back, I think I'll just go all out because I got 2 strikes, you know? So if I go back, I'm going to go back with a long time.
Yeah, well, ni lo mande Dios.
Yeah, you know?
God forbid, yeah. Oh, that was a cute little story.
Oh, so that's my testimony, guys.
Watch that word,
That's his testimony.
Testimony, for real?
Well, is there anything else that you want to share that you haven't shared?
At the moment, you know, I don't. There's nothing that comes. Just shout out to my barber. His name's Brian. Shout out to the Tree Factory, David.
Your barber's the one that dyed your hair, or what?
Shout out to my boy. Yeah, shout out to my boy Neno. You know, and yeah, he dyed my hair. He's been cutting my hair for a long time.
Okay.
For like a year, you know, and he told me if he could do that.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I was like, man, so you're going to get me beat up, dog, you know? But at the end of the day...
Has anybody told you anything?
A lot of people do.
Like when you took a picture, you put it on your Instagram, was everybody like, what the heck is wrong with this guy?
I'm used to that. It's the net bangers, you know? It's the net bangers, but I don't trip on stuff like that, you know? I'm a grown-ass man, you know?
That's
like,
right.
I don't trip on it, and like for what I do with YouTube is good. You
Yes,
know?
yeah.
Just more traffic.
For sure.
But the YouTube or the internet gives those guys that never lived a life like I did a chance to talk in a bad manner to someone that lived that life like myself.
Yeah.
I ain't nobody, but I lived.
I understand what you mean. We are all somebody in this world.
I'm not, but I lived a pretty.
No, you are somebody.
A pretty bad
You're
life.
a father. You are a boyfriend. You are a son. We are all somebody to somebody.
I'm a baby's father to my baby's mom. What's up, my girl?
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
We're
all human.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. No, well, thank you, Cholo Juan, for
Thank you
coming
for
on
having
Indicted
me.
TV. It was definitely fun. I enjoyed it. You made me laugh, way. I like it.
You know what? In my defense, I came a little tired from the drive, you know? But I tried to be myself the best I could.
Which is amazing. You have
It was
to
a little hot right here, though.
I know. It's because there's no air coming in, way.
There's no air, huh?
Just pretend you're in the cell, way.
Yeah. In the cell? You know what I used to do?
With the little fan right here.
No, Trip out. You know what I used to do in the cell? Back like in the hot-ass days, like in 06, 07, stuff like that.
Go tell us.
I used to like wet the towel and just hit the floor with a bunch of soap and stuff, clean it, and then leave it all wet and just
Lay in
pretty
there.
much get on my boxers and use my mattress as a pillow and just lay down there. You know?
Yeah, that's...
Even use the blanket as a pillow. And
that will freshen you up, all right?
Work for like 15 minutes. Yes.
You're dumb. What do you say? Tell me more, little... Okay, before we close. Like,
it's reality.
No, I know.
Somebody say reality.
Tell me more, like, little things like that you would do.
Well, that just comes out natural, you know? Like, you would have to ask me something because I've been just speaking out of my mind, you know?
Like, did you used to cook in the toilet?
In the toilet? No, I'm very, like... I was, like, one of those guys that was, like a clean guy, like a...
Well, you have to be kind of clean, no?
Well, I mean, I thought I was clean, right? But when I was in law school, right, I used to, like, before 2008, we had unlimited flushes. Before 2008. After 2008, they took them, so they gave us 2 every 30 minutes or whatever it is. I forgot, you know? But I would wash all my clothes in the toilet because all the lifers told me, like, all my lifer Sallys were always like, wash everything on the toilet. Don't touch the sink at all unless it's to wash your hands or wash your face. You
why? I wonder why.
That was just the way it was, you know?
You never asked. You just went with the rules.
I was going with the flow. I was washing my towel in the toilet, you know what I'm saying? Then putting it to dry, then drying myself with it after I took a bird bath, because I like to bird bath. I feel like no disrespect to the homies, but I feel like the showers are a little dirty.
Well, yeah, you got to put your shower shoes
The homies clean, though. The homies clean, but I still feel like...
It's just old.
Yeah, you know, so I bird bath a lot and stuff like that, you know, yes.
I had one right now.
Did somebody say earthquake?
Hey, no, there was an earthquake earlier.
Was there? Praise the Lord.
It was a 4.3.
Well, good luck to everyone that endured the earthquake.
Man, I had something good that I wanted to ask. I don't remember.
What was the nicest thing?
Yes. Well, we already said the nicest thing, I think. What was the nicest thing that you experienced while being incarcerated?
Oh, so I'm in high desert. That's a level 3. I had already been to C3, got out, went back to A yard. I was in A2. And there's this one. We were on lockdown because some guys that usually wear all red. The correctional officers were saying that we were gonna fight them or something like that. So they were doing like a control yard every 2 weeks. So I guess they were saying there was fights every 2 weeks. You know, every time somebody came out, whether it was our raza or their raza, you know. So it was lockdown. Long story short, lockdown, right? Mm-hmm. So I wanted to educate myself, and I asked a teacher, hey, is there any way I could go to the GED class? He said, no, because you're on lockdown, but I'll bring you a book. So he brought me that book. I studied, and later on in life, because of that book, I passed my GED.
Oh, good.
In La Palma, Arizona, Eloy, Arizona, La Palma facility.
Oh, well, that was cool.
That was the nicest thing, you know?
For sure. Did you used to pee sitting down? Did you used to pee sitting?
Yes.
Okay.
I've never peed standing up and inside, in jail. I never spit in the sink, not even out here. That's something I don't do. When I brush my teeth, I spit in the toilet. It just never goes away.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Did somebody say, hey?
You did your time, bro. Like, you did your time. Like you said, the people that are out here that have never stepped a day in there is the ones that speak on things the most. And that's unnecessary. Like, whatever.
I mean, whoever speaks on whatever, that's their problem. I'm not tripping on nothing. Yeah. I'm just doing me. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying my testimony to the world.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stay positive, you know what I'm saying? But I also, the mind is still there.
It doesn't ever go away. I'm super gang banged out in my heart.
And I want to say,
but I can't be all gang banged out in real life. But in my heart, for sure.
You know, and I've seen a few of your interviews. I seen the one where you went to your neighborhood. I did one. Shout out to the homie FKM. He went to my hood and he did one of those.
How did you like my?
I loved it. I loved it because I was with so many homies from there. You know, especially when I was in Kern Valley, there was like more than 10. And they were all right there in the building.
And you know what was the most, I feel like for that interview, like the best part for me was that how my community loves me.
Yes.
Like,
I've seen that. The señora, the lady hugged you.
Like, they're all, you know, and it's like, That's what I mean by like when I love my neighborhood. Like that's what I mean. Yes, I love my neighborhood, but I mean like the actual love of my neighborhood. Like, can you go and
The community.
Yeah, the community. Can you go and get love like this?
Yes.
That's what you know.
Yes.
It's real.
Yes.
Gang, gang.
I
Not just
commend,
kidding.
I commend you for that. I commend you for that. And
I love my people.
I just wanted to say that I love your show.
Thank you.
Even though I don't watch all the episodes.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like you got a good platform. You're gonna get far in life. And thank you for giving people like myself that ain't nobody a platform to share the story.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank
and
you.
Don't forget to check the links, guys.
That's right. Because we're gonna put your link there too.
My Instagram? Somebody say Instagram?
Yeah, we're gonna put your Instagram on there.
I'll put the public one. That way I don't have to accept all those on the private one, you know?
Okay, so we're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for coming on Indicted TV.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the film artists, you know? And everybody stay positive.
That's right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.